We're standing in our bedroom, and right here is the bedroom door. That's the bathroom door. Alright, I have my jambs for my two doors cut to length, cut to width. Now I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill some holes so I can screw the top piece in. Now the only thing left to do is to put on my door stops and to notch out the hinges. We did the hinge notches. Now we're just going to be routing it down so the plate can sit flush. I'm going to be using this little jig to help me drill the holes on this door. You can see we have our notch out done. Everything's looking good on both doors. But this is our doorstop material.
We're using that piece of wood for a spacer that's the size of the door so that he knows where to nail this on.
Really happy with how these came out. So I guess we're going to let these dry. After they dry, we're going to do our 2 coats of clear. We just got the first coat of clear sealer on the doors. I'm not thrilled with how that first coat came out, but we get to sand it, put the second coat on. I think it's going to look a lot better. We're not going to get to that today, so I'm going to save that for next time when we'll just finish up the doors behind the scenes, and I'll show you them maybe next time. This should be done. The doors are done. Now these are not perfect. The finish, it needs some work, but they're pretty good. For us, that's pretty good. I mean, it's mostly wood grain, you see. Not brush marks, but it's not as smooth. I got some, uneven texture in there.
It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect.
This is what it looks like right here. A little bit dark. And these door jambs, these came out really nice.
Yep, all of it came out really nice.
Okay. I'm just gonna pop one in to hold it for now.
Yeah.
That one's good. I should be using a smaller one here. We can hide those nails with some hole filler. I nailed them at an angle, like this, toe nailed in opposite ways. That way it'd be more strength against pulling out.
Yeah.
At this point, I would love to hang the door in here.
Yeah. You want to do that now?
So that I can see where
Let's
this
put the
is.
hinges on.
Now, I don't know if you guys noticed the tops of these doors, tops and bottoms. We didn't finish them because they are already pre-sealed. That's why it's kind of yellow. You won't see it when it's installed, but you don't have to finish them because they're already factory sealed against moisture. Uh-oh. Whew. Thought it wasn't going to fit. Sticking a little. Feels like I'm hitting my doorstop. Let me see. And it shouldn't.
This is as close as we can close it because it's hitting.
I must have done something wrong when I measured for my hinges. You see this space right here? That little
Yeah.
wood. It's obviously wider than that space. They need to be even.
Oh.
So this puts the door further back. Basically, look at it in comparison. The hinges will land in the same spot. This is our fix. We took the hinges off and we shaved it back further. And it's going to look like this. And you can see that puts our holes out of line now. So we're basically sliding the hinges back further. They were, right here. By moving the hinges back, it's bringing the door out more. Problem is, we can't screw this in the way these holes are, so we're going to have to fill these holes in with wood and glue, let them dry, and start all over with new holes. So that's what we're doing right now. Man, it just sucks in. I think I can get some glue in these holes. Ugh.
That one did.
Mm-hmm. Since we knew what problems we ran into on the first door, we knew ahead of time what to fix on this door. So we went ahead and got the hinges in the right spot on the door. We're going to try to put this one in and hope it goes smoother. Okay, it's about 3/4 of an inch. We haven't tried this yet. This first attempt. I hope it works. Ding. Well, the top hinge isn't lining up perfectly. Let me see if I can kind of... Okay. They don't line up. We just had to loosen up the screws, get them aligned, tighten them back up. Perfect. I'm going to see if it closes now.
Yeah. That's not good.
And we really tried.
Same thing.
And we really tried to get those lined up perfectly.
Doors are so annoying.
There's the result of our work. 2 doors that don't fit, can't close, and I have to redo them. I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to think it over, give it some time. But I said in the last video, previous video about these doors, I hate doing doors. This is why. I always struggle. I'll come up with something. I don't know. I might have to just pull these stops off, do some stain and finish work again, move them. I made some mistakes. I definitely made some mistakes here. In hindsight, seeing the finished project, it's easy to look at all the things that I should have done differently. I could have easily set those door stops back another 1/16 of an inch or more, and that would have solved half my problems right now. It should have been like 1/8 of an inch to begin with. I didn't space them properly. I didn't have my measurements for my hinges proper, and there's just a lot to think about when building door frames. I don't know. It's like I said, it's all hindsight. I know what to do to fix it. But, I mean, the doors came out okay. They look good. I think I can save this project. I just need to take my time and not get frustrated, because then you're going to start making bigger mistakes and I don't want to ruin anything. When we left these doors yesterday, it's a little bit frustrating because they didn't close, they didn't work. I want to show you something today. Ooh. So what do you think? It works. What I did was I came at this with a new, fresh outlook, and I pulled off the door stop on just the hinge side, because that's the side that was really hitting the most. Without the door stop there, with this side nailed in place where it belongs, the door closes perfectly. What I'm going to do is pull out these old nails. We're going to reset. I'm going to actually pop off all the door stops, and we're going to reset them where I should have put them to begin with, just a little further out, and I'll figure it out, maybe a 16th more or whatever. That way they don't bind up, and then we should have a functional door here. What I did was use my chisel to loosen it up just flat, just to pry it down, because they're kind of sealed on there pretty tight. Then I can get in there with my pry bar, finish the rest. Oops, I'm hitting these nails, we gotta pull them out.
I'll do the ones on the side.
Okay. Now, this might have an unintended benefit in that since all the door stops are off right now, I can put a few screws into the jamb to hold it really firm, so we're not just relying on those finish nails right now. I'll probably do that since it's exposed. Hide some screws under there. This is my new spacer. It's an inch and 7/16. So the door is 1 3/8 inches. So that's a 1/16 of an inch. We're gonna see if that works. I'm only gonna tack this in. I'm just getting it flush. Let me get one at the bottom. I'm gonna leave that. I like that. Wish I didn't have to. Oh wait, what am I doing? I want to put some screws in here. I almost forgot. I'm getting so excited to get this done that I'm like rushing ahead.
Take it off again.
I'm gonna pull it off again. We'll only have about 1,000 holes in this trim when we're done.
Oh.
I'm going to pop that off. We know it's going to work.
Comes off so easy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's do this right. I'm going to grab a couple of screws and I'll just put it in right here next to the wherever my shim is. That's going to help a lot. I pulled it in a little. Let me see if it's too much. Now let me get a couple on this side. Maybe one here near the strike plate. Here we go. Can I nail this in now?
Yes, now you can nail it in.
Looks good and there's no rubbing. Okay. Okay. This is awesome. This is like a real door. Now it's time to get the hardware, the doorknob on, so that we can see if it actually latches and doesn't hit it.
That's the fun part.
So this is cool. We've had a success. The door is back installed and closing properly for now till the humidity gets to it and expands and it rubs and Right?
Okay, edit that out.
Once again, we're going to be installing our brass hardware from Nostalgic Warehouse. I think it's going to look awesome on these dark doors. We're trying to go for the old house theme. So, pretty cool. It's always fun to unwrap these. Now the lighting in here, it's not going to be the best for you guys. So this spindle just pops right in there. Now it's time for the doorknobs. These have a hole for a privacy lock. Gotta make sure I put those on the right side. So that's all there is to it. You just slide that on there and you screw it right to the wood door. I just got to clean out some of this clear coat got along this edge. It works. The doorknobs are a little bit stiff. You see it doesn't spring back on its own. So here is the same knob that we just put on our bathroom. And you can see the knob is actually attached to the plate with this nut and a nylon washer underneath it. So if you can see that, that's a plastic washer under there. And if that nut is too tight, it just makes too much friction and it doesn't spin freely. And that's basically what's happening over there. I'm not too worried about that knob being a little stiff and not smooth rolling, because all I'd have to do is spray it with some kind of lubricant or just loosen up that nut a tiny bit and we'll have it free flowing. It's just the way it is. That is so cool that we fixed that.
I know.
One little issue left is that you can see that little crack right there from moving the door stop over. So we just have to color that in so that you don't see that raw wood. And I think you might have a trick for that.
What, the marker?
Yeah. One of Belle's markers. So we're just going to color in that little white line with a marker, and it's going to look perfect, and that'll be good enough for now. Now I got to see if I can fix this door. So this one's a little more scary. I hope we're going to have adequate grab with the screws in the door. We're going to put those hinges back on. I'm going to hang the door. We're going to see how it closes, and then we're probably going to do the same thing. We're probably going to have to just pop off those door stops and redo them properly. But I would like to get the door on there first just to see how it's fitting. On the paint bucket. Okay.
Ugh.
Closes better than I did the first time. So might hit that, but let me just see how this closes right now. Ew, what is all this garbage stuck to the door? Okay, we're definitely hitting in the top corner here. Something's hanging because my door latch isn't lining up either. The door latch is getting a little bit better lined up. Not perfect, but it's getting there.
Got it.
I'm going to keep working on this door. We're going to get it squared up, and I'll come back when I get there. It's going to be a slow process. Just figuring out the shimming and the securing and maybe tweaking those hinges a little bit. We'll get it done. Well guys, we've been struggling with this door for a long time, and we just can't get it to work. Kidding. Works perfect. I'm so happy that it's done. Wow. It actually wasn't that bad to figure out. We put some screws in, sucked in the top. I don't know. Had to keep reshipping, but it's looking beautiful. We have our door stops back on. Everything's looking good. Ashley's going to touch this up with the marker, and I'm going to start on the hardware. It's just a little line of pale wood. Go ahead. Perfect. All right, I'm going to put the same thing on the other side now. Right here. You notice this doorknob is different than the other one. Knob's not attached. You'll see what we're doing here in just a moment. We got both sides on, and now for the doorknobs. This is the doorknob that we chose for our bedroom. Green glass. Really cool. This just threads on, gets tightened with these little locks. There's no play in it, but it turns nicely. I might just leave these both where I have them. Guys, check this out. This one springs back good, not as tight as the other one. And here's the other side. Now that is very cool. Look how creepy this is. Somebody could be sneaking in, you won't even see your doorknob turning. Sneak attack. Just a lock on it. You just push that in, and the door's locked. It'll pop out on this side. You can always open this side. It's just a little pin that you pull in or out. Cool. I left this gap a little bit wide next to the door because we have our beefy door stops, so we have plenty of privacy. And I was really paranoid because I didn't want the doors binding up and rubbing. So that gives us a little more leeway for any movement. But it looks good. Except for this. Let's peel this plastic off. I'm just gently running a knife along it.
I thought we had them meat.
Guys, this is awesome. What a turn of events. We went from total failure, doors didn't work, didn't know what to do, to just beautiful. So let's talk about this really quick of why we chose to put a glass door on our bedroom. I know that a few years back we had a house, a mobile home in Indiana, where we did a translucent kind of wall in our bedroom, and there was a lot of people who said, what about privacy? So I'm imagining the same thing here. The door is very private. That glass is frosted. It'll let light through, but you really can't see.
You can't see anything through that.
Let's see if you can see me.
No.
So we're not worried about privacy, and the big reason we chose a glass door was because we really wanted to carry light through the house. The front entryway right there, we chose a light color, and you can see it's reflecting that light really well, but it only has that front door with a glass door. And we thought this door would help bring light in this way, into the living room, into the entryway, because you can see we have another door right across from it. So we have that glass door, plus we have a lot of windows in there, and we didn't want to lose out on that light. So that's why we chose the glass. We just thought it'd be cool, and that is pretty neat. I think it looks good.
Yep. The hardware is awesome.
Mm-hmm. And that dark stain, it really gives us the feel we're looking for, and I think it does go good with the green. Some people said that they didn't think the dark Cabernet stain would go well with the green, but it's that kind of old, gaudy, beautiful feel that we're going for. So we're going to be trimming this all out in the same color trim all over the room. It's going to look really cool in here. I just wanted you guys to take note of the 2-panel door. Now this one has a decorative, they call it colonial style, but decorative design here. It's not shaker, it's not that square look, but it's the 2-panel. And we bought this because all the doors in our house, the original doors are 2-panel, but they are just like a thin slab of plywood. I'll show you it in a minute. It's just a flat plywood. These are a step up from that because it's a raised panel solid wood. So mimics the original doors, but it's upgraded. This is what the original doors all throughout the home looked like. This one obviously is in rough shape, but you can see it's just a flat panel. And it has 2 sections. So guys, I think we're going to wrap it up now. That's all we have. We accomplished our goals. We got our doors installed, and they look fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
See ya.